Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome my third secondary students for the second semester of Dروس online. Today, as you can see, our lesson is reading, and let's get started as usual with what we will learn today. So since it's reading, we'll have to read fluently, and then what we will learn through reading, how to enrich ourselves with a new vocabulary, and also how to reconstruct a gapped text. So if you complete your high school study, which university you will choose to attend, and inshallah most of you are going to study at university soon, maybe in a couple of months you'll graduate from high school and you will have time to think about joining some schools or universities. Actually, you should start preparing for this earlier so you can have really some advice and information about what you're going to study and where. So most of the students, when they finish their high school study, they start to think about university or college, and they will face some of the problems and they need advice. They need some reading, and also they need to attend some instructions of how to apply. So many of you would go outside Saudi Arabia or stay in Saudi Arabia, and if you inshallah decided to travel outside Saudi Arabia to study maybe in Europe or in US, you will need to get some certain warm-up and some certain courses for you to get ready there. If you were also interested in studying at a university in an English-speaking country, what kind of information would you like to have? So you need information. I'm traveling to Europe, to maybe to United Kingdom, so I need to have some information about the country, about the fees, the colleges, the system of education, admission papers, and all of this. So if we suggest a university for you, which is Indiana University, has an IEP, which is an intensive English program. Of course, all your books will be in English and all your professors will be, native speakers. So you need to focus more on English. So they have in this university in Indiana a program. They call the program Intensive English Program. Now we're going to read about it. I'm going to read for you. So when I read, you will have some words in red. These words in red, I'm going to ask you about them. Also, I'm going to ask you some comprehension questions about the text. So just please pay attention and remember that. The university, Indiana University, was founded in 1820 and is one of the oldest and largest universities in the United States. It has over 100 academic departments. It is located in Bloomington, a dynamic, safe, and culturally sophisticated town. IEP, Intensive English Program. The goal of the Indiana University Intensive English Program, known as IEP, is to increase the English language skills of non-native English speakers to the level needed for study at a college or university in US. Requirements for admission. All students admitted to the program must have earned at least a high school diploma. So you need a high school diploma to get admitted in a IEP or Indiana University. What about the curriculum? There are 7 levels in the IEP. All levels meet for 20 to 24 classroom hours each week. Levels from 1 to 5 concentrate on listening, speaking, writing, and grammar. Level 6 is a high intermediate academic reading and writing class, which focuses mainly on writing. In level 7, students focus on written analysis of authentic text. At level 6 to 7, students also select from a variety of courses in advanced grammar, advanced pronunciation, business, computer skills, communication, and literature. College and university placement. Graduates of the Center of English Language Training have gone on to pursue careers in such areas as physics, art, chemistry, business, education, and even teaching. The housing. There is a wide variety of housing available in Bloomington for both married and single students. On-campus housing is arranged through the IU halls of residence. Campus apartments are all within walking distance of classes and are on the university bus route. Many off-campus apartments are located near campus or near city bus routes. Extracurricular activities. Bloomington and Indiana University offer a large variety of recreational activities and social events such as soccer, swimming, boating, tennis, and many other forms of exercise and relaxation are readily available. So, just read to you some information that almost covers everything that if you want to join Indiana College, and in this college they have IEP, which is Intensive English Program, which is good for non-native speakers. You remember we've seen a couple of words in red, so we're going to ask you about their meaning soon. And also, we're going to ask some comprehension questions like what happened, and you will have multiple choice to choose from. So guessing the meaning of unknown words that we just read about. So for the reading, we had this sentence. Indiana University was founded in 1820. So the word founded, it was in red in the text. Now it's in blue. So Indiana University was founded in 1820. What does the word founded mean here? Does it mean discovered, established, or known? 2. All students admitted to the program must have earned at least a high school diploma. So the word admitted, does it mean agreed, prompted, allowed to join? Number 3, many other forms of exercise and relaxation are readily available. So the word readily, does it mean willingly, easily, or frequently? You still can sense the meaning of a word in a text through, the sequence of the text. So for the first one, founded, I think it means it was established in 1822. And the word for to admitted, it means those who were agreed to join or allowed to join. It's the same. Okay, agreed. And finally, the word readily, does it mean willingly, easily, or frequently? And I think it means this. So for the number 1, founded was established, agreed, admitted, and willingly, readily. Now let's do some true false. You can answer true false according to the information in a reading. So let's remember. 1. To be admitted to the intensive English program, students must have completed their secondary education. Is that true or false? You remember one of the requirements for this program is that you finish high school, which is secondary education. So I think number 1 is true. Let's go for number 2. In level 7, students have more hours per week than in level 6. You remember if we compare level 6 and 7, and I think they were together. So if you are in level 7, you may have more hours per week than if you are in level 6, and I think this is false. So let's check the answers. So the first one is true, and the second one is false. Now read the brochure and choose the correct options. So you remember the sentence, apparently the intensive English program is meant for somebody who what? A, is already studying at an American university, or it was meant for somebody who comes from a non-native English speaking country, or for somebody who speaks English fluently. What do you say? Is already studying? Speaks English? You don't need it if you speak English for fluently. So it is meant for somebody who comes from a non-English speaking country. Another question here. According to the passage, after completing the IEP, students what? A, have the necessary background to attend a university in the US. B, can begin working for a university, or can get a degree in English. So if you complete the intensive English program, as a student, you can do what? You can have the necessary background to attend a university in US, or you can begin working for a university or get a degree in English. Of course, it's number one because now you have a background and you are ready to go to any university in the United States. Also, students on the intensive English program, A, usually stay up late at night. B, have to study at least 24 hours per week. Or C, have access to lots of entertainment. And I think for number one, it is not mentioned, and number two, it's a little bit not more than 24 hours per week. So I think you can have access to lots of information, which is C, the correct answer. And yes, it is. And today we learned, so we just got to the end of the lesson. So for the reading skills, because our lesson was reading, so we learned how to guess the meaning through context. So not everyone can read a text and understand all the words in it. Even teachers can't do this. There will always be some words you don't understand. So it's always recommended to try to understand what's before and what is after the word, and try to think about it and sense the meaning. So we tried to guess the meaning, and that was what we learned today for number one throughout reading skill. And for number two, we actually have been preparing for reading for specific details. So I asked you some information about scanning and skimming and looking for answers A, B, and C. So that is the reading for specific details. Now, as for the references, it's taken from your book Travel 4 and some photos from Google. You can use these actually for more extra activities, and for more information and lessons, you can visit our website, ainedu.com. You can follow us on Twitter, and you can call us on this number for any technical support. Thank you all for watching this. Until I see you again, have a good day, and assalamu alaikum.